Okay, today I've got the Rosecraft blades order. Finally came in, and I say finally, it got here pretty quick. I think it only took like 2 days to deliver after order. That's coming straight from the Rosecraft blades website, so I'm pretty impressed by that, believe it or not. But hey, let's open this Rosecraft blades order box up with a Vosteed mini nightshade. Just did a review on this knife this week, and it's an impressive knife. It really is. I mean, look at this. This is what I use knives for. It's crazy, you know? I'm not out there cutting cardboard. I never have to really cut cardboard like that with a pocket knife. I use a utility knife for that. Okay, so let's see what's in the box. It's going to be your standard packing stuff. Probably nothing special. Little packing slip. Box one. So, right out of the gate, on these boxes, oh, there's a sticker in there. Good. I'll put that on my radio show window. The Rosecraft blade sticker. Doesn't say it on the box, so we're gonna go by luck. Now, one of these is in a bigger box, if you can't tell, and I'm gonna guess that's the skink. Now, the skink is like a longer. We're gonna look at the skink today because I think that's what that one is. Now, the other two are going to be, one's the Mohawk, and the other's going to be the Castria, or whatever, Castera. Okay. All right, who cares? Okay, so this is the Castoria. I didn't realize that was going to be the bigger knife. I didn't realize it was going to be this big either. Look at that. Maybe I had to start reading the specs before I order knives. But you know, these knives here, especially this one, was one of the knives that I asked my subscribers, hey, what knives do you want me to check out? And I'll check them out. And one of my subscribers, Dave Williams, said, I want to see the Rosecraft blade Castera or Castoria or whatever. It's that. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm not going to even pretend. But, okay, so this has got orange and gray, not red. And if you know me, I thought I went all red on all this stuff. I don't know, there's something wrong. Maybe this is the skink. I'm so confused because this looks like a button lock right there, doesn't it? We're about to find out because it's got to be a button lock. Now, this isn't a deep pocket carry. It is reversible. See there? So that'll just flip over to the other side. Right now it's set up righty carry, tip up. Now, I can't really get a pinch on the blade, but I am getting it. Wow, this blade's huge. It's got a flipper. Now, right out of the gate, I'm going to say the shield on the front, you can feel it's not flush. You can almost probably see that it's not flush. So that's kind of a flaw, if you ask me. And there's nothing on the shield, and I get it, but why not put a RCB on there and get it flush? Okay, so this G10 scales with like this dark gray and orange right here. Not, like I said, not a deep pocket carry, just a very basic pivot setup that looks like it has T8, T6 on the hardware, barrel spacers, no liners. It's a little heavy, so the specs will be right here. All right, so here you go. Okay, first off, the button lock is wonky. The flip, you've got to put a little energy in the flip. I'll tell you that right now. That's okay. I haven't messed with it. I haven't tweaked the torque. I haven't torqued the pivot, and I haven't oiled it. So there's that. Now, when I first depress the button lock, it's just this little tiny button lock right here. And it's really small. And you get your thumb on there to release that. Now, it's not wanting to do like a button lock. This blade is cool. Nice. They always do a good job with their blade. But look, they've got a China sticker on the blade. Then they have the Rosecraft billboarding, which is fine. It's got D2 steel. Satin finish on the blade. I can't believe it has a China sticker on the blade. I'm literally in disbelief over that. Okay, I'm going to press in the button lock. Is that like any button lock action you've ever not seen? I mean, even the cheap... I mean, this isn't an expensive knife. It costs that much. But it's got so much potential. So I don't know who's OEMing these for them, if they're not doing it themselves. I know they're a traditional knife company, but I'm depressing this button lock as best I can, and I've got to shake drop it. Now, listen. Did you hear that little... It's a delayed spring release on the button. It's centered up perfectly, so that means the pivot isn't going to really be able to make much of a difference on this. But let's go over here. We're going to cut a little cardboard. My table's a mess, but we're going to cut a little cardboard and we're going to check this knife out. Okay, first I'm going to drill in on the pivot. I'm going to see if I can tighten it, loosen it. Alright, so I don't know what's going on here because this pivot doesn't have a Torx on this side, but does on the other. So that means it should be locked in on the other side. But yet this has a rotation that's sketchy. So adjusting that pivot is not going to be quite as... I cannot believe it's got a Chinese sticker on the blade. Rosecraft, why do you have that on there? Put it on the box. Now I got a sticker on my blade. I'm going to have to scrape off the sticker. It's going to have residual adhesive still on the blade from that sticker. So I'll have to wipe it continually just to get that to go away. Wow. I never thought Rosecraft blades would piss me off like this. Okay, so of course, I mean, look at this button lock. How do you let that knife go out? How do you let this go out with the shield dented in like that? How do you not have a, listen, this is only, I don't know, it costs this much. God, I'm frustrated. And this is controlled frustration for me, as you know. I'm aggravated. But there should be a plate in there. That is so unfinished. For a knife maker, a knife company, hold on. How a knife company can have a knife this nice. Now this is the Clinch River Swayback. The fit, the finish, everything. The shield, everything. The close, the open, the blade. It's beautiful. This is an incredible knife. This is an incredible knife. All their knives are incredible. They're traditional knives. And I understand they want to share in the market and they want to say, hey, we're a knife company. Why aren't we doing modern flippers, I guess? Or maybe it was the other way around. I don't know. I'll have to check the history timeline on it, what they did first. But I'll tell you what they didn't do was quality control this knife right here at all. Okay, so I've got the open where, you got to just open it a couple times. But that, to me, it's not like it's a plunge stop. It's a release. It's a release button that sticks, first off, and then doesn't release. So I'm oiling it up with KPL Original. I don't think that's going to help, but you never know. Okay. So, I don't know which knife this was, the Castora or the Skink, but I'm not impressed. I do like the blade. I do like the materials. I do like the fact that they could have made this a really cool Barlow looking modern flipper, but they failed. I think they failed in a couple places. And first off, the shield, and I don't like the screw right above the shield either, to be honest with you. Now maybe I'm just nitpicking and I'm getting strange or I'm getting weird, but maybe even raise it away from the shield. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm blown away. I was excited about this, and my first modern Rosecraft knife did not do it for me. I'm truly shocked. Literally shocked. But man, what a great blade. What a big knife. What a affordable situation with D2 steel, G10, button lock with bad action. Not great action opening, but it is getting where it's not failing, so that's good. You just got to play with your knives sometimes, guys. The pivot kind of doesn't tighten and loosen, so I got to look into that. I have no idea why it's doing that. You can't put another Torx on the other side. This knife has got me. I'm frazzled. Could have been. Could have been. It's one of those could have. It's one of those could have beens. Okay, there. That, you know, it's like, but when you're out in the world and you're using your knife, some things you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that, but you can and you will, and it'll make your life. It'll make your knife feel like it's working the way it should, but your wrist and your hand is doing the work the knife is supposed to do for you. In today's modern knives, today's modern technology with knives has taken out the fact that you need to flick your wrist anymore. See, that's a fail. That is not good, and it shouldn't be happening. I just gave it oil. I've just tweaked the pivot, but I don't know how or what way. The centering didn't change, and it didn't loosen or tighten. Now you got to give it a good flip there, and you got to give it a good yank there just to get it to close with the button lock. I've never seen a button lock, and I've never seen a button lock not let you open it like that. And it's got that late tick, so that means there's something going on. I'm going to oil the button. We're going to get this. Never give up on your knives. That is crazy. The way a button lock should be done. Of course, the action great. That's how a button lock drops. That's how a button lock opens. You know? See that? You hear that? Kaiser Assassin. Lennon McCarter. 154 cm steel. Okay, enough on this knife. I'm not impressed.